All right, now we're going to go ahead and put in a alphabetical works cited page for MLA documentation style. Basically, for the works cited, which is the list of sources at the end of the research paper, we're going to go ahead and make sure that it's alphabetized by the author's last name. If there's not an author's last name, then it's going to use the works title. It's going to be at the left margin, and then we're going to put in a hanging indent, and you guys will see that in just a minute. But first, what we need to do, we can't put the works cited right after the last paragraph. We have to manually put in a page break. And so how we do that is we're going to come up here to the Layout tab. We're going to click on Break, and we want to pick Page Break. You'll notice that it automatically takes us down to page number 3. If you scroll up, this is how I'm going to be able to tell whether or not you put a manual or hard page break in. Don't hit the enter button a bunch of times to get down to that 3rd page. So now we're going to go ahead and enter in our works cited. Come up here to Document Elements tab. We're going to click on Bibliography. We're going to click Works Cited. You will see that it automatically puts everybody in alphabetical order. Now we're going to go ahead and put that hanging indent in. So the second little arrow is the hanging indent. You're going to highlight all the text, pull over the hanging indent. If you happen to pull over all of them like that, just use that first line indent and bring it back over to the left-hand margin. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we need to format our sources. I'm sorry, not format. We're going to make a change to one of our sources. And so there's a couple different ways we can do this, but one of the ways is we're going to click on the Janes. We're going to come down here to the far right-hand corner, click Edit Source, and we want to add the word distance after measure. Make sure it's capitalized. So it should say how surveyors measure distance and calculate angles. We're going to hit OK. It's going to ask us if it wants to update both of the lists. We want to hit yes. We do want both of those lists updated. So now if you click on the works cited, you're going to see that the distance isn't there. So we're going to manually update our citations. You'll notice that it puts in the word distance, but it also reset our hanging indent. So we'll need to make sure that we go ahead and add that to it. Got to move my first line back over. All right. Now, MLA style changes all the time. So depending on when you're doing your research paper, I would always double check and see what the current style is. Word's default is where it underlines the title of the work. And right now, the style is to italicize it. So what we want to do is we want to make our works cited regular text so we can change it. Okay? Now let me make this very clear to you. Once you change your works cited to regular text, it will not automatically update. Let me say that again. Once we change our works cited to regular text, it will not automatically update. So you will have to go in and manually update everything. Okay? So how we go ahead and change this to regular text is we're going to come up here and click on the little bibliography. We're going to convert it to static text. Static text, regular text, it's the same thing. So now we can come in and we can format it to the latest MLA documentation style updates. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to highlight the surveyor's theodolite formula, and it is underlined. We want to go ahead and take off the underline, change that to italics. The next one we want to do is today's modern surveyors. Highlight that, take off the underline. We want to italicize that as well. We're going to select the web page title, take it from underlined to italicized. The period following the year of the first work, we're going to put a space and then type print. So right here after 2012, after the period, we're going to put a space and we're going to put the word print. Then we're going to do the same thing on this one here, space bar, print. Then after the third one, remember that was a web page, so we're going to space bar and put in the words web. We want to select the heading of the works cited, and we want to change the format of that as well. So we're going to select that. We want to go ahead and change it to 12 points Times New Roman. We want to change the font color to black. We want to remove the bold. And we want to go ahead and center it. We want to select the heading and set line spacing to 2.0. We already have heading selected up here. And then we're going to go ahead and close the toolbox to deselect the text. So once we take or click outside, then we deselect the text. So this is how your works cited should look from here out. Okay, go ahead and save again. Replace.